And here we are on day 19 of our advent calendar, and in today's video we're going to be checking out a very interesting extra little figure, and that is of Tyranitar right here. This is from the Select Wave. We've already seen the Suicune yesterday, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. But what we will do is open the whole box and see how we got into this pose and everything like that. It's a really cool figure, to be fair. But yeah, let's not waste any more time and let's go straight on over and check out how we got Tyranitar into this pose. Let's go. Hello and welcome to TotoTCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with another Pokemon video on the channel. And we're continuing with our little side adventure over into the select world of figures. And what do I mean by that? Well, recently we opened up a Suicune figure from the Select Series, Series 5 to be specific. Nice poseable and articulated Suicune. First one of my collection, so I was absolutely buzzing for it. So if you guys haven't seen that, go check that out because we are on to the next one today. And just to give you guys a little bit of a hint, here comes the box here. These are the figures that we'll be looking at. Just don't look at the Charizard. We've already opened that one. Not on a video, but it has featured in a video. So we've opened the Suicune. We're going to be moving on to Tyranitar today, and then Mewtwo will finish off Series 5 for us before the next one. So as you can see, there's different poses and everything like that because all these figures are very articulated, and that's exactly what we're going to check out today. So welcome to the fray, Tyranitar. One that is very close to my heart after playing Scarlet. Managed to get a shiny Pupitar just walking through a cave, and I was like, you're on my team now. Didn't want it to be, but it came up and I was like, you are a shiny, you are joining my team, thank you very much. And it's been there ever since. So that does mean it's quite a nice one. Obviously it's not the shiny version, but you know, we will take this one. It is one of the sort of pseudo legendaries, and it does look very menacing already in this box indeed. All the boxes are very, very similar in terms of their colour scheme, the design and everything like that, which is great because it gives that sort of like same sort of feel to it. It's very collector-esque. It's almost like a jumbo Funko Pop, but it's articulated. So you just don't want to leave it in the box, really. You know, you want to get this out, you want to display it with everything else. It works well with all the other figures as well, so that's always great to see. So let's just have a little quick look at this box here. You can see Tyranitar is ready there. He's massive in this box. You can see a picture of him right there. Then on the side here we've got another picture, so not just the same one, it is a different one. Nice greyed out picture. On the back, of course, we've got all of Series 5 there, including the Charizard, which is a redo. And back round to the front there, with the Select logo and articulated all here in a few different languages. Tyranitar in a few different languages as well, including English. But without further ado, let's get into this. It's got a few little stickers at the top here just to help protect and lock it all in. So we're just going to cut into all of these and then we can get this one out. Not too sure on the base for this one. I know it does have a base. It looks like it might be a little short, stumpy base, but we shall see. Let's not destroy the box too much as we open this up. Please. Please. I cut. There we go. There we go. Okay. And there's that one. Cool. Right. Let's lift all the flaps here. We will have a look at it from the side view. Pull this out, and then we have our base. Ooh, we have our base. Oh, it's actually several pieces. Okay, there's oh, maybe it's in the back. Ah, maybe there's one in the back. We'll have a look at that in just a second. Let's bring the whole thing out here. Ooh, there we go. Bring the whole thing out. Box off to the side. All right, there he is in the box. Let's get this out here. We've got a little bit of tape to dispose of on the back. You can pull the tab through. Get rid of the cardboard then. There we go. Stick that there. Bring that round. Pull that out. And there he is. Another very heavy Pokemon in this one. Looking very, very cool. Can't wait to get this one out now. Right, so let's get all safety here. Let's get the plastic off here. Might need to do this a few times. It looks like there's 2 points. Almost there. Okay, there's that one. And then there's one just around his belly. Is that going to touch him? Yeah, that will. Is that going to touch him? Potentially. Just put it on the side there. When in doubt, just slowly, slowly. Can't fault that it's in here securely. Like that's the main thing to consider here. Any second. There we go. Boom. All right. Let's get that little plastic out. That just sort of keeps it in. And then all our little plasticky bits and all that. We'll see if we can. Does this open? Oh, it does. Okay. So we'll do that, and then he can come out. He's a big boy. My goodness me. Okay. Oh, fair enough. Tyranitar. Hello. Welcome to the party, my friend. Look at you. Plenty of articulation going on here. We've got rotating pretty much everything. We've got rotating arms. Do these go? Oh, they go inwards. Oh, look at this. We've got some inward motions. We've got some face bits. I think his jaw opens and closes. Am I right? Is this head or the jaw? Oh, it does. You can have a nom nom nom. That's cool. Be so cool if there was a button on the back as well to sort of like press that, any nom noms. That is very, very cool. All right. So first thing I'm noticing is the legs are a little bit loose. Now I don't know whether this is just on mine or just in general. They just seem a little bit loose. Like there's a lot of weight going on in the back here. But oh, there's the peg. Okay, I was looking for that. I was thinking, please don't be underneath. But no, it's on the side. Do we have a bit of waist articulation possibly? Some of the stuff is, it can be a little bit sort of on the tough side to sort of rotate firstly, because it's been in storage, it's been in the packaging, so weather, different conditions can have different effects on it. That is pretty cool though. You can, or maybe that's how you've got to, is that how you've got to put his legs? Potential, maybe? Maybe? I'm not too sure. I am not too sure. I've played Tyranitar all of this time for Pokemon Scarlet, and I haven't got a clue. But you can't deny that already he looks very menacing, even in this pose. But you can like open his jaw. His head is obviously like limited with the articulation. It can go up and down. Just like it can look down quite nicely. It can look there. If I close this, it's the same amount. It does have a little bit of side to side, but because of this neck collar, there's just not that much to sort of go off. But it can obviously look forward quite well. That does look quite menacing. That looks very menacing from the front view there. And then you can see him screaming at you, which is really, really awesome. I think I mentioned this in the first video, but I definitely think like this has potential for like third-party companies to like give accessories to these. So whether you had like a little like flamethrower thing coming out of his mouth, I think Tyranitar can do flamethrower, or even like a little earth thing, so like you could make him look as if he's stomping and there's like an earth effect on the ground, just to add that extra detail when you're displaying him would be like so cool. He does sort of stand on his own once you've sort of like made him sort of stable. He's not leaning on his tail at all. He's more leaning forward there, but anytime you sort of go to sort of like lean him back, he will just fall back because of his tail. The tail is also articulated in multiple points, which is amazing, so you can get that sort of like effect. It does rotate to some extent, but not massively. There is a little bit of rotation in there. You can just see like a small amount. I don't really want to push it too far because it doesn't feel like it needs to go any further. Again, there's more rotation. There's very slight rotation in the rest of it, but it does have the uppy downy motions. So a little bit of up down there, more up down there, and then very well once it's sort of been clicked, there is a little bit there, so you can sort of poke it up if you want to, or sort of have it more sort of on the ground if you wanted to, so it can act as a bit of a support for him if you wanted to. That is really cool. Really, really awesome. So the hands, they do look as if they can rotate quite well, possibly not all the way round, but you can do it so he's waving, which is always great. You can so you can get about a 180 motion out of the area there. There is a little bit of twist here as well, so you've not only got the twist here, you've also got the twist in the middle section here, which is fully rotatable. So that's quite cool to see. And then there is a little bend in here, and like I said, sometimes it does just take that one little bend to start it from moving. Let's just see if that is the case. I can see you bend, Do you bend a little bit forward? On both of these, actually. And it's very... I mean, you can see it looks as if it's going to bend in there, but not by a lot. So I'm not going to try and force that too much on camera here. But again, this one does have the rotation. If anything, this is the more rotating part on this one, but if I give it a bit of welly probably on that little rotating part, it should then, there we go, it does start to spin around as well. So you can get sort of double rotation going on there. Or you can get him to say hello to you if you really want to, which is pretty cool. But you can have him off to the, down to the side a little bit. And it works quite well. Works very, very well. Nice amount of articulation. It does look as if the middle section does rotate. There is sort of like, it, you know, his body is a bit sort of egg-shaped, so I can sort of see that this might rotate, but I'm putting a bit of force into that, and it just doesn't want to. So I'm not going to force that too much. But yeah, looking very, very menacing when he's staring at the camera there. So let's build up his base here. So it does come in several pieces, and again, this does have the sort of, you might be able to hear this. Hold on. Sounds like somebody's clicking their knuckles. But that is the joints, and there's 3 joints on this one. So I'm guessing we've got that peg which is going to go into him, and then this goes into the base. Normally one is thinner than the other, so it's that size, and there's a bit of a stumpy one. The stumpy one normally will go into the base, but you'll know that when you try and put it in there. It will be slightly a bit tough to put in there first off, but once it is in, you're all good to go. And then you can start to look to sort of see how you want to pose him. So I'm sort of seeing where his peg is at here. So the peg is up here. So right now this is going to hold him there. And I mean, look, he's quite heavy. None of that is moving. This is the sort of, you know, that's the sort of like, you know, strength of these pegs. They're really, really good. And the thing is, they hold like that. Like you can see, I'm moving this, and he's got a bit of wobble, but it's not moving. It's not moving at all. And if any of these are looking a bit loose, what you can do is just come to them and give them a little push side to side. You'll notice any difference in them because they will start to sort of separate a little bit. But once you push them back together, they normally do sort of like stay in place quite well there. So now that I can sort of see where he's sort of at here, it's sort of like looking to see how we're going to pose him. So you can sort of obviously rotate everything down if you wanted to, and once I've done that, he's actually become unpegged, unfortunately. So how are we going to pose this? I want him to obviously be on the base, but I don't want him to look weird jumping off it. So do we give him a little bit of height maybe? So we peg that all the way in. So he's got that height. So we want to make it look as possibly like his leg can touch the ground. Or maybe we sort, because you can rotate him on the peg if you wanted to, so you can like rotate him so that he's more, I can't do that because of the tail. Oh, that's not ideal. It's on an angle. No, the peg's on an angle. No, it's not. It's just, it's straight. It's just really awkwardly placed. Let's pop that one back in because it's starting to come out a little bit there. There we go. I want to put him in sort of like a, not like a ground pound pose, but like, you know, like he's sort of like, not hovering like Iron Man. We don't want him hovering like Iron Man. Do we want him really excited, as if he's like jumping or something? Oh, as if he's about to sort of like jump on someone and do like an earthquake. Oh, that could be pretty cool. But we want to make him look just a little bit different. So his feet, his toes have actually got a little bit of articulation here. So we could sort of articulate the toes a little bit, maybe bend them out a little bit. Make him look as if he's about to sort of sit down, do like an earthquake. Is his face happier like that? Don't really want him to look happy, but I mean, he looks quite sinister like that. Let's have a little look what it looks like in the camera when his mouth is like just slightly open. Oh, he's got a bit of a smirk then. If you get him in a certain... Oh, he's got a bit of a smirk, okay. Can we rotate his head any more? Just a little. Let's give... If I could move the arm up just a little... Oh! Well, that actually just clicked a little bit, okay. That works, so that's a bit of a wave. Maybe bring that leg down. Looks a bit joyful for a Tyranitar, but a bit of a playful Tyranitar. That's no worries. Do we bring the tail down like that? No, because if he's gonna be landing, we want it to be up, looking like that. I don't know about these legs. I kind of liked it when it looked as if he was about to sit down like that. If I put one down, it just looks a bit weird. Oh, does that look like he's jumping? Oh, it looks like he's like running through a field. I am seeing weird things now. Yes, he's running through a field in that pose. Oh, do I like the jumping? The jumping and sort of about to like land the earthquake and like sit on someone. And then because we've got it to hand, you could put the Eevee underneath. You can put the Eevee underneath as if you're about to squish him. Do you know what? That works. I think we're going to run with that. Let's just make sure all those joints are all secure. They are all looking all together, which is all good. All the fins as well, just to anyone out there for the safety. All of the fins and everything, they are slightly rubbery. So they're not like too pokey, but they have got a slight amount of rubber to them. So they are a little bit bendy, but a little bit pokey. His nails and everything, they need a little bit of a trim. They are a little bit on the pokey side. So just be very careful with him. The tail, again, quite pokey. A lot of sort of like pokey bits here for a Pokemon. But yeah, I think, you know, as long as you're aware of that, you know what sort of to happen there. This looks so weird. But there is Tyranitar looking extremely happy to be out of the box now. That pose is rather interesting. I might have to have a little play with it, but I think that is pretty cool. You can obviously, you don't have to put him on the little thing on the base. You can leave the base and take the little joining out thing, but obviously it would stop it from falling over. And in this case, that's exactly what it's doing, which is great. But there we go. There is Tyranitar opened up from the Select Series. I hope you guys did find this quite useful. I know there's not that many videos out of this, so hopefully to sort of see it being opened and displayed, seeing the potential of it is quite useful. But yeah, there we go. If you guys have picked this up already, let me know in the comments below. But if you are sort of thinking, oh, which one shall I get out of Series 5? Let me know in the comments below what your sort of thoughts are on the ones that were featured on the back of the box. And let's see which ones are the favourites. But yeah, any other comments in general down below? If you've got any improvements for the videos and all that going forward for these sort of figure reviews, let me know down there. Be interesting to find out. But yeah, apart from that, I'll leave it here for this video. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I shall catch you in the next video on the channel. I'll see you then.